Gator Nation, Lance and Jasper back with you. I gotta tell you, 500 subscribers. Really appreciate everybody's support, tuning in, whether they watch it or not. It really means a lot to me, man. And a lot of comments on the page. A lot of them are very nice. Hell, I don't know. I just do it for fun. It's weird for me because I ain't used to positive attention. I've always been accustomed to negative attention. But we ain't got to talk about that today. What we want to talk about today is Georgia, Florida. But really, I really do appreciate everybody's support, man. And keep spreading the word, man. Because one thing about Lance and Jasper, I'm going to keep it real. Don't worry about the location. It's all about the information. You can check any preseason show in America, any magazine, Finebaum, any show on ESPN. Nobody had the pulse of the Gators better this year than Lance and Jasper, and it will continue for years to come. But we're trying to get y'all a special show going today. I don't know if y'all know anything about Paul Finebaum show, but Rich is going to call in. Rich from Atlanta, big-time caller down there. Talk a little Florida, Georgia, see what the problem is. If there is a problem, I don't see a problem. To me, their offensive line's their weakness, and if your offensive line's your weakness, you don't want to line up across from the Florida Gators this year. I mean, you look at your Kyle Polite, 7 sacks in the last 5 games. Georgia's defensive line's got 9 for the year. That ain't very good odds to me. I mean, that's the problem. Well, I say it kind of stats off and put up. You need to control You need to control the offense. You need to control the line of scrimmage. But I mean, that's everything. You got to run the ball. But let's go live right here with Rich from Atlanta. Rich from Atlanta, you live on the Lance and Jasper show. How you feeling?
Lance, I got a special guest for you, being that it's the world's greatest outdoor cocktail party. Say hello to the biggest UGA fan on the show.
How we doing? Who is it?
Who is it?
Ed. Ed from Connecticut. My man.
After all this time, you don't know who it is?
Well, I just want you to tell us to make it more better for the guests. My man, Ed, how you feeling, my friend?
Well, I'm still alive. That's good. I was telling Rich today, believe it or not, I'm sure you've been around longer than that. You remember when they started counting the candles on my cake, it was 77.
Yeah.
And in a few months, it's going to be 80.
Oh, you'll make it. We might get 90 out of it.
Guys, you're 80?
Georgia.
You're going to be 80, Ed?
No, I'm going to be 70, but they give me 10 more candles to make up for it.
I was going to say, you don't look a day over 79.
So, Lance, what are you doing with your own shirt? There's so much change.
He's got his own show, Ed, aren't you?
Well, it don't take.
Are you making all kind of money on this thing or what?
No, I don't make no money at all. It's just for fun. But I just don't think the media does a good enough job covering the Gators, so I thought I'd do it myself.
Well, they give the Gators plenty, but the Gators get more than they deserve all the time.
Yeah, but they're always late to the party. They're late to the party. They can't project. They ain't got that Gator vision like your boy Lance and Jasper, Ed.
That's right.
Well,
hey, Ed, before we talk about the game, can I ask you something? The World Series is on, right? Are you watching?
Yes, no, I'm not. I watched for a minute. It's on.
Could you tell me and Lance and his audience what it was like watching Babe Ruth?
How would I know? I saw Babe Ruth live. I'm like Jim.
Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich. You beat that man down.
I've never seen the Babe play. I saw the play before he died. I was a little kid.
Yeah, really? How about Lou Gehrig?
I saw Gehrig. Mickey Mantle, that's my man. Mickey was my guy.
Who was the greatest Yankee you've seen? Mickey Mantle, Sophie?
You have to say Babe.
Babe Ruth?
Statistic, you have to say Babe.
Best baseball player I've ever seen is Barry Bonds.
Mickey could have been a lot better had he taken care of himself.
He was drunk every night, right?
Well, Mickey come with the straw suitcase and the straw hat from Oklahoma.
What are they doing to me, man?
And these guys, Whitey Ford, and these guys were just too much for him.
Well, I'll tell you, if there's one thing I hate more, if there's one thing I hate more than the Yankees, it's Georgia football. But tell me, Ed, how surprised are you with well, maybe just the perception of the Georgia football team going into this game, because it seems like the media is ready to turn their back on them. Are you?
I am disappointed in them. But then again, I expected too much from a bunch of freshmen. First of all, Kirby's got a problem. He's had one since the beginning. The day he signed Fields is the day he created a problem for himself.
I agree with that.
Can't add to it. I mean, is it going to be Fields, or is it going to be what's it called?
Well, I think that's a great point, Ed, because I'm feeling that same way. And I would ask you, who do you think gives them a better chance to win this game, Fromm or Fields? Because I think it's Fields because of his mobility and his escapability.
But I know Rich does. But I don't know. This kid was a freshman last year. He did the job pretty well. I think Fields has more natural talent. And I think in that clubhouse, Kirby's a lot smaller than I am. If there is tension and there is a problem, then Kirby's got to know it by now.
Where do you think the tension's from? The quarterback position?
Well, I'll put it like this. Last year, Chubb, after the kid in Washington, got hurt. Easton. Chubb wasn't happy, but he thought that Jake was going to be a good villain. He thought Jake was going to get the job done.
So you think they missed that leadership, Ed? Is that what you're saying? Michelle, they lost a lot of kids Sunday.
They lost too much.
Yeah, that's
obvious.
obvious.
They're being led by a lot of freshmen. The team is 66% freshmen and sophomores.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, because I feel where you're going with Fromm, and I would say this: last year he had no pressure on him. He wasn't asked to lead this team. There were other leaders on the team. This year he's asked to lead, and it ain't only that. He's looking over his shoulder because everybody in America knows he's not the best he's not the best quarterback on that team. And the tension ain't with the players; it's with the coaching staff. Because I guarantee you, there's other coaches on that staff that are saying we should be playing this kid, if not starting him. And if he don't start and play against the Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs going to get right off the field because we got a pass rush that is elite.
Is that last Saturday when Justin was quarterbacking was the only real decent drive they had.
Damn right.
But getting back to Lance's point, though, and if you go back to Lance's point when he's talking about the coaches, at Alabama last year, everybody talks about Tua. Well, Dayball, the old offensive coordinator, he wanted to put Tua in the Auburn game, and Saban said no. So Lance just made a really good point. I guarantee you he's right that there's coaches on that staff, maybe Cheney, the offensive coordinator, that is pushing for Fields, and Smart is probably resisting it at this point. I don't know, it's speculation, but it makes sense.
Smart's making a mistake. It could be that Kirby came in with a free hand, too big a deal, and maybe he's
the problem's,
too high on himself.
You know, it's every year the quarterback gets all the blame. But really, the problem with Georgia is their offensive line. I mean, they recruited really well at that spot. They were supposed to be the strength of this team, and it's not showed up. Whether it's injuries or not, everybody has them.
Well, this kid from Brooklyn.
He's a big fucker. Yeah, he's like fucking 6'8", isn't he? 300 pounds or some shit. He's gigantic.
50 pounds.
Yeah, he's gigantic.
But the offensive line is not the problem. The problem is between the ears of all these kids. You watch them from the first game on, they've made stupid mistakes. Mistakes that they weren't being made last year. Don't forget, you got a whole lot of All-Americans off that team.
So, Lance, you like that matchup, right? Y'all's defensive line versus their offensive line, right?
I really do, especially with Jake Fromm in the game.
Yeah, because he's as mobile as a china closet.
Yeah. I think Ed could outrun Jake Fromm.
Right.
Well, no, Jake Fromm, if you watched him last year,
He's sneaky.
he got wherever he was going, and he threw some. His passes were
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. I mean, I know he can run on third down and pick up some stuff, but we're talking about an elite pass rush, man. I mean, think about it like this, Ed. Georgia's got 9 sacks on the year. Ja'Kai Polite for the Florida Gators has 7 sacks in the last 5 games, and we play some stiff competition. You throw Mississippi State in there, you throw LSU in there. Those ain't just give me games. So I got to tell you, whether we get there or not, we're collapsing the pocket. We're getting quarterbacks off their spot. This really ain't you cannot beat the Florida Gators with a pro-style quarterback. I'll just say that. Just ask LSU.
I'm about to see Fields. I want to see Fields.
I know you do.
I know about him and this and that. I understand that in practice he throws the ball like a cannon. Well, let's wait and see. I do not have the confidence.
What's your buddy in Macon say? Ed's got a buddy that's a huge booster. He's an attorney. He's a big supporter of UGA. What's he saying, Ed?
He doesn't know either. He hasn't heard. He likes Jake Fromm. He's from Macon, Jake Fromm.
Everybody likes. Hey, Rich, you can understand this. Because of Alabama last year, it's the same thing. Fromm can get you there, but he can't win it. Jalen can get you there, but he can't win it.
I want to see.
And that's the deal. Even think about this, Ed. Even if they beat Florida this weekend, you're not beating Alabama with Jake Fromm. You better have somebody like Justin Fields, who I think can make all the plays as Tua can, but you're not seeing it because of the coaching. The coaches are holding this kid back. And you know, as a Gator fan, I'm damn proud of it. But as a fan of the kid, the coaches are holding that kid back, and it's really unfortunate.
Lance, you got your own show. It's the first time.
Anybody can have a show.
In 4 years.
Anybody can have a show, Ed.
So who gets cut off more by Paul, you or Lance?
Oh, it's me.
It's you?
It's me. He'd rather swear at Lance than talk to me. I used to be his favorite caller, he used to say. He started his show 1 year with a happy birthday to Ed. I mean, John asked him, who was your favorite caller? And I almost fell out of my seat when he said Ed.
Yeah,
but somewhere along the line, I guess.
Yeah, it was really Lions. That's because he was lying.
3 battles with Lyme disease.
I got to tell you, I mean, hearing you on the show and hearing you on my show, I mean, the knowledge you're bringing on this show, I mean, is legit. So I don't understand the problem with Paul.
Now, the problem is Justin Fields. The way it sits to me right now, you got to give the ball to Fields and see what he can do. Because somewhere along the line, Fromm has lost his appeal.
I don't even think it's Fromm. I just think it's offensive line, man.
We'll see Saturday. Hey, Ed, did you ever get high when you were a kid? Did you ever smoke weed?
Never in my life.
Never? Even when you were in Macon, hanging out with the Allman Brothers and all those guys?
I was not hanging out with the Allman Brothers.
Weren't they coming to your restaurant?
Yes, they were. And J-Mo Johnson did me a couple of really good favors. And I like some of the music, but I'm back at 50s rock and roll. I like some of that Southern rock. I thought the band had a real good sound. But I was not a huge fan.
Is that how you became such a big UGA guy when you were in Macon?
Yes.
What's your favorite song, Ed? What's your favorite song, Ed?
When I moved to Macon, we were more likely to be Georgia Tech fans. I didn't know anything about the University of Georgia. But my buddy gave me season tickets. And that's all you got to do is go to a few games, and before you know it, you're a fan. walked in there.
Have you ever been to the game in Jacksonville?
No. I had the opportunity quite a few times.
Hey, let me ask you this, Ed.
About that, Atlanta has been on that and not got it, Lance. They've tried the new stadium tried to get the Georgia-Florida game. Do you think it belongs to Jacksonville? You think it belongs to Jacksonville? Lance, you feel the same way?
Man, I want to see this thing home and home. I really do.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Home and home did not work out well.
Oh, well, I don't understand why it don't work out well. Just because Georgia don't have a home field advantage and the Gators do, don't mean it shouldn't be home and home. And here's the deal. I mean, you look at Florida. I mean, you're losing a home game every year. It's tough enough in the SEC to go undefeated, but when you're losing an extra home game every year, it's really damn tough.
I agree there, but I don't think they need anything to tick them off. These kids are
a lot of money. They get a lot of money from the city.
And that's what it is. It's money, man. But the fans should be able to. The fans should be able to be. The student body deserves this game, man. Not CBS. They can get money somewhere else.
Well,
you're robbing fans.
I
and I don't appreciate it.
When I got there,
Game Day's going to be there. Is Game Day's going to be there this year, right?
Game Day, SEC Nation, CBS, Lance and Jasper. They'll be serving Molinade all day long. Rich, get you a cup.
Are you going, Lance?
No, I ain't going. I'm scared. Man, you think I could get out of there alive, Rich? No. Tell me the truth.
They wouldn't even know you. They wouldn't recognize you from
That's what you think.
alligator.
That's what you think. That's what you think. Don't think there ain't haters out there looking for Lance and Jasper.
Lance is the most knowledgeable Florida guy you'll ever find.
I appreciate you saying that, Rich.
I think there's no question.
That means a lot to me, Rich.
Tennessee becoming a huge Florida fan. It happens.
Because I didn't grow up. Because I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up in a sports family. Nobody in my family is a fan. I just cover football on my own. I mean, you just grow up about your teenage years. You just see something you like. I'd rather debate.
Now all you got to do, now that you've discovered it, now you got to learn about it.
How?
What do you need? What do you need to? What do you need to know, Ed? I can tell you. I mean that.
I'm sure.
I'm not a historian, but if you had any questions about this year's team, I can answer you, and I can tell you right now, and Rich will back this up. There ain't nobody been on point more this year on the Florida Gators than Lance and Jasper. I seen this coming in March, son.
No question.
I got the pulse.
But anyway, what was the first team that you remember rooting for? Was it head ball coaches?
I was an NFL guy before I was college. My first memory, my first memory of football was playing Tecmo Bowl.
My first memory of football is the New York Football Giants back in the 50s.
Mark Bavaro.
Well, what Florida teams did you like, Lance, when you were a kid? What got you turned on?
Well, the first team I ever seen play was '93 with Terry Dean. He was the first quarterback I remember for the Gators, number 12. And I remember Eric Rett. Those were the two players I remember. But, man, when I was in the 90s, man, I was locked up. I was never home. I didn't see a lot of games until about 98. So my first year really sitting down and watching every game of the Florida Gators was a bad year to live in Tennessee. But I battled it through, and you see what's up now. But I'd rather debate than handshake. And that's just my motto, man.
Right. So you're saying Shane Matthews and Eric Rett, said 92?
I missed 92. I remember Terry Dean. I don't remember watching Shane Matthews play. Like I said, I was an NFL guy before I was a college guy.
Okay.
And so was I, and now I couldn't care less about the NFL.
And really, man, when back in the early 90s, I mean, you think 92, man, I'm 11 years old, man. I mean, if nobody in my family is a sports family, nobody's watching this stuff, so I don't know nothing about it, really. I was more of a basketball guy growing up. Because that's just what we played. It was easy to play, so that's just what we liked. Everybody played basketball after school, so that was my first love. But football just came around.
I remember seeing that picture of you and Barkley that you posted. That was cool.
Hey, man.
When you were just a little kid.
Yeah, I met him at a basketball camp. My coach paid for me to go, man. That was a big honor for me to shake his hand, hear him talk.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, Lance, I gotta let you go.
All right, man.
Come on, Ed. You never smoked weed? Come on, man. What do you never smoked weed? You never once?
Yeah, man.
I had a couple of friends of mine back when I was in high school. weed was not even a big subject.
What year were you in high school? The 30s?
I've never heard of it. I don't even know.
57.
57?
Wait.
1957. Graduated high school.
So if we sent Lance up to your house and he heated up, would you get high with him?
No. I was over a couple. I was over a couple times.
Come on, Ed. I mean, what makes you? What makes you think?
Come on, man.
I mean, what makes you think I would smoke?
I never took a. I didn't say I never had a drink.
I know that.
Alcohol
Hey,
was
Rich.
back then.
Rich.
It wasn't marijuana. But a couple of my good friends are dead now because of it.
Marijuana?
Right.
I didn't realize.
Dead because of marijuana?
I had a couple of friends down in Macon that I didn't realize that I was living there.
Come on, man. You ain't got no friends that are dead because they smoke marijuana.
I can't believe
Give me a damn break.
Well, I can't believe it either.
I'm gonna piss me off with that.
Oh, fuck. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining the Lance from Jasper show, man.
Hey, Rick.
Now, you need to call Paul and you need to tell him, man. Say, at least Lance didn't cut me off.
Yeah, man. Let them know about the show, Ed.
I'm getting to the point that I'm getting tired of calling Paul. I really am. I mean,
me too, man.
I don't know what happened. I know when I was in the hospital with the stroke, John Hayes called me.
Oh, nice. Hazy's a great guy, man. Hazy's a great guy.
He is. And when I wanted to hear Larry Munson give the famous Leslie Scott call, it was John who put it on for me, man. Not Paul. Paul did it. It's John. But I just, unfortunately, you don't choose to be a fan. It happens.
It's entertainment, man. Don't take it personal, Ed. It's just entertainment, bro. Don't take it personal, man.
Well,
I can tell you, he loves both you guys. I mean, trust me, he does.
Okay, anyway, I gotta be gone.
We're all puppets.
And,
we're all puppets, bro. That's all it is. He's gonna use us.
We'll talk to you some other time.
All right, man. Go Gators.
Lance, I'll call you back. Bye.
All right, man. See if we can get Coach Adams on the line. I really want to talk to that motherfucker for a while. But hey, man, what y'all think about that with Rich and Ed? Don't be hating, man. Rich and Ed been friends for 20 years, man. They're just having fun with each other. Hell, we ain't nobody being disrespectful to nobody on here. Why don't you call the show, Benny? You've been running your mouth all the time about your Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, you know you fixing to get your ass whooped this Saturday. You can't block us. You got no offensive line. You damn sure ain't got a coach. You damn sure ain't got a coach. And when it comes to players, I ain't seen them show up yet. Yeah, you got Nicole Hardman, but I'd rather have Kadarius Toney. Yeah, you got the Baker kid outside, but I'd rather have C.J. Henderson. You got J.R. Reed, but I'd rather have Brad Stewart or Chauncey Gardner. We got you covered. I mean, Jakai Polite's turning it up on the defensive front. He's soft down there in Georgia, man. Why is I cancel the flight? Just cancel the damn flight. Call the show, 423.
I'm sorry.
509-7007. We're smoking. But I gotta tell you.
Smoke.
How we doing now, Pops?
Did you say smoke?
You want me to heat you up in vein, cornbread?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah, y'all give us a call, man. Let's get some Florida Georgia talk. All you Georgia fans quit ducking the call. Tell Uncle Lou to call me. He's got my number. Since y'all so big fans. My man, live on the Lance and Jasper show. You ready?
What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I mean, you know, funny how the narrative changed. Oh, hey, man, I gotta call you right back. I gotta call you right back. Oh, Carl Rich, he's calling me. But hey, I can't talk on the phone yet. But hey, man, I have my boy Smoke. We're gonna get it rolling. I guess what I should have done. I don't know. You talk to him and tell him. If you get him on there, let me know. Well, I'm sorry for this confusion, man. Y'all stick with me. We're going to get y'all a good show going. We're trying to get Daryl from the Palm Bottom show to join us. Rich is trying to work for it right now. Hey, my friend, what's up? Hey, man.
I don't know.
Hey, man. What you...
He was on there, though.
Do what?
That was cool that was on there.
Yeah, man, I like it. That was a good show, man. We're back with Rich. Hey, Lady Gator want me to tell you hi, Rich. She'll be mad at me if I don't tell you. She's one of my favorite callers.
Hey, Lady Gator. How are you?
Oh, she's cool, man. I have to get her back on the phone with you because she really, she hates Finebaum the show, but, man, she loves you, man, for some reason. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's good to you. I love her.
Oh, man.
Hey, so you want me to call Jerome?
Call anybody you can get. Call us back on this number right here, man, because I can't answer my phone. So call us back on this number if you get somebody.
I'll call him right now.
You're the man, brother. Yeah, we'll get Smoke back on there. I apologize for hanging up on Smoke like that.
Okay, Smoke, we're getting back to you.
But, yeah, if I... Yeah, sorry about that. But, yeah, we're trying to get Daryl on there. Jerome bad, man. You know Jerome from Birmingham.
Yo.
Hey, man, I'm really sorry about that. But tell me how you feel about this game, man, because you know the narrative changed. We seen it coming, but I don't think a lot of people did.
Hey, I don't think they did neither.
Damn sure wasn't in the media.
It done changed a whole bunch, man. People, I don't know. But, hey, but we tried to tell them. They thought we was crazy. They laughed. That's funny. They laughed and everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they laugh because we're just fans. You know how it is.
Yeah.
We're just fans.
Yeah, Georgia,
we just fans.
I mean, but you like, we trying to tell you the talent was there. It was just coaching.
Yeah, it really was, man.
Not a coach in there, so let's go ahead and do that. It wasn't like Florida wasn't recruiting good players. We had the players. It was just the coaching. So, I don't know. And I think going into this game, last year Mississippi State got beat by Georgia pretty bad. So I think Mullen got to he want to come out and show out too. So this ain't just going to be about the players wanting to beat for revenge for last year. This Ty Grantham and Mullen want to get revenge for last year too. Now, everybody on that coaching staff somehow played Georgia last year because you got Larry Scott that was at Tennessee last year. So everybody in that coaching staff, they coached against Georgia last year. And they got beat by Georgia last year. So.
Yeah, we definitely got the coaching advantage. We got the talent advantage. And I got to tell you, man, going back to what you said, the only chance they really got against us if they run tempo the whole game. And you're really putting a lot on the defense that really hasn't showed up for Georgia if you're going to do that.
Yeah, and then I watched Kirby press conference yesterday, and you can kind of tell he didn't like the way that LSU game went because he wanted to play Fields a little bit more because I don't think he really trusts Fromm like that. But that's who he got to play with right now because he got the more experience. But he gonna try to play Fields. Man, I'm glad Ty Grantham. I'm glad we got Emory Jones. I was thinking about it today. Emory Jones gonna be able to show that kind of what Fields would do if he was to play. So
that's a great point.
Them boys be prepared.
Yeah, that's a great point, man. Because the scout team really does prepare you for the week. It sounds crazy and it sounds soft, man, but that's real talk if you know anything about football, man. That's a great point, Smoke.
Yeah, I like the way Mullen has pointed out, and the players have pointed out that the scout team has been giving good looks. I mean, that's too why you see some players that might be on that scout team, like Forsythe. Forsythe got in a couple times this year.
Yeah.
And he's taking over for Juwan Taylor on the tackle, so he's gotten in because he's showing that he can play. But one person on the offensive line I want to see is Heggie. How they going to use Heggie with that hand?
Yeah. All right.
With that hand, but I think we got them. They got to cut. They got an offensive lineman out. I think one or two kind of banged up. I think we got them. I think Kirby, from looking at that press conference, he kind of worried because one thing he did point out is that we do throw short passes, but that deep pass, he don't trust them cornerbacks he got. As well, he shouldn't trust them.
Well, the difference in us throwing short passes and other guys is we got guys that can make you miss. So it just ain't. Yeah. I mean, and you're really taking a chance. But hey, man, I appreciate your call, man. You're the best. I'll get back with you in a little bit, man. Go Gators.
All right, man. No problem.
Oh, I didn't think it.
You're on. Yeah.
You live on the Lance and Jasper show. How you feeling?
Lance, I got the single greatest Finebaum caller ever. Oh, come on, man. Quit that.
Oh, Larry. Larry. It's a party tonight. It's a party tonight.
Jack. Go, baby. Yeah, I'm watching The Walking Dead, Jack, and wondering how many them ways I could kill Dale from Georgia.
Hey.
Man, you hear that shit he was saying about fucking going after Tua's knee? I mean, seriously? No, he said his head, too. He said
Hey, man.
He said, are we on the air or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the air, Jack.
Yeah,
oh, hell, I have to be careful now.
No.
He's talking about taking his effing head off.
No, that's real talk with real people, man. Real talk with real people, man. Be yourself. That's the only rule.
Yeah, but he's talking about taking his effing head off, man. Wasn't talking about his, he said his, all of it, man, was bad. I remember back when that boy from Iowa, Waterloo, what's his name? Help me out, Rick. What's his name? Robert. Hey, he told Dale, he said, I'll whoop your damn ass, Dale. That's funny. He made Dale look like a complete fool. That was funny. Dale was apologizing to him, and he stopped him about halfway. He said, Dale, I will whoop your ass.
You know what the problem with Daryl and Georgia is? They've realized the window on their national championship dreams have slammed shut. Not only are they worried about Alabama, they're not even too sure they're going to get by this weekend. And I can guarantee you they ain't getting by the Florida Gators this year.
I picked Florida. Yeah.
Oh, this defense is real.
My boy Jason called me, and I told him Florida gonna win it, brother.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it.
Man. Yeah, man. That's not bad, brother. Yeah, man.
He comes on the show.
Sound like you're doing good on the Finebaum show.
Well, I'm trying.
Like you're coming in there strong, bro.
I'm trying, but he don't like it too much.
Yeah, well, you scream, cuss like a maniac. You kind of remind me of my ex-wife when I hear you. Hey, Lance.
Oh, damn.
For your audience, Lance, let Jack tell one story for you. Jack, tell a story about when you were the cop in Leeds and the Hells Angels rolled through town. No, that was trustful. And I was the only one working night shift, brother. And I hadn't been police in 3 months. And this dispatcher, I couldn't stand that woman. She smacked and ate while she was talking. And she called me on the radio, man. They did. They have the Hells Angels coming up Highway 11 through Trustful. And she got on the radio. She said, "God, boy." Smacking, I'm going, go ahead. They got the Hells Angels coming up 11 north. You need to try to stop them and check them out. Search them. You probably find some stuff on them. Yeah, okay. So I got my ass behind the church right there on Highway 11. And that's where my ass sat the whole time when they rolled through there. Hell yeah. I'm going to go out there and stop 25 damn Hells Angels on motorcycles. Yeah, brother. Like 45. What y'all got on you, boys? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, brother. Yeah. She said, "Have you seen them?" I said, "No, I ain't seen them. I haven't seen them. I took another way out through town. I ain't seen them." By that windshield on my patrol car was shaking, son. The motorcycle. The real question is, what would you have done if you pulled Lance over? What would you do to Lance?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I don't know. If he had some doobie, I guess back then I'd probably hit him up for Jay. I just think black dude come through Leeds, man. He was like 6'8", son. He pulled his ass out of that car. He had an out-of-town sticker jack, and he pulled his big ass out of that car, weighed about 300 plus. He pulled his ass out of that car, and I got out and he said, "I helped you, son." "No, just let you have a nice day and leave, brother." Nice day, man. You be good, okay? Have a nice day, Jack. Jack! Where are you at, Jack? Last one, Jack. This is the best one, Lance.
Where you at, Jack? No, tell them all night, man. Tell them all night. We ain't doing nothing.
Time, Leo. Now, go ahead. He's got plenty of time for this one. Lady Gator wants to hear this one about the guy that was in the back seat of your car. Oh, man, he did. Oh, and yeah, man, we had a guy, he wanted to be supervisor so damn bad, they made him supervisor on night shift, and I was working patrol car, I was working car 4, and he called me over there behind the alley going to Max Leeds. He called me over there to shine a spotlight. We're so going playing in a ditch. And it's about 3 in the morning. He said, you need to put him in jail. I said, oh, damn, man, he don't live that far. Put him in jail for him to supervise. So I put him in the back seat of the car, drug his ass, and put him in there. And we just had the screen, you know, he could talk to me. So I'm easing down the alley, and he goes, sir, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. And I thought, well, I didn't search him, dude. He's going to kill me? And he goes, and shit everywhere. It run down his damn tops of his shoes. Oh, my God. I had my head out the window gagging, and he said, I'm sorry. And I turned my damn patrol car around. I opened that back, going, throwed him right back. What the hell is that? And I went down the damn fire hall and there and got that fire hose and opened my back and blowed the whole ass of that car out, son. He come back thinking, that supervisor said, what did you figure? I said, I find that damn ditch if you want him. Damn. Oh my God, that was funny. Could you imagine Jack as a cop? I mean, seriously.
Man, I really can't, man. When I found out he was a cop, man, I never figured it out after his calls, man. Cause he just seems like one of us, man.
Yeah,
but usually that's. But you know, for some people, it's just a job. It ain't really I'm a cop. And for Larry, it seemed like it was just a job.
Yeah, I always said one thing. I help more people have hurt, brother. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, because them people, you know what? When I quit police and got hurt, wrecked that car, I go any bar around there and they hug me, man. Because I always looked after them guys. You know, if I could get them home safe, I would. And I hated writing tickets when I worked night shift. Because I hated it. I couldn't afford to pay a damn ticket. How can these other people? Right. You know? Yeah. And anyway, definitely. Back to football, Lance. I think Florida going to be there.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in Atlanta. I can't wait to look Finebaum in the eyes, son.
What do you think the score going to be?
I ain't really good at predicting scores, but I don't see how Georgia could score over 50. I don't see how Georgia could score over 17 points on this team.
No, that's good defense.
That might be too high.
I don't think, yeah. You know, the spread is UGA is, I think, 8 now. It's actually gone up, Lance, a little bit. Yeah, man.
Well,
yeah. I got confidence in Florida. I didn't at first, and I thought it'd be another one of those McElwain jobs.
Well, it's like this, man. You got an elite championship level defense. I mean, at all 3 phases of the defense, the special teams is playing great. Yeah. The quarterback play stepped up, and that's what everybody said. Yeah. Florida just needs a quarterback. Well, they got one, and plus they got a coach. Yeah. And Dan Mullen ain't nothing to play with, man.
I like listening to you because you know all that shit. But I can't. When you get into the screaming and hollering and cussing, I kind of lose you sometimes. I ain't with you, brother. I ain't with you.
Well, that's all right, man. I
listen. I stay to the very end until you fall hangs up on you, get him out.
Hey, if it was staged, I could control it, man. But that's just real passion, man. He pisses me off.
What'd you say the other day, Lance, that he cut you off? Come on, man. Fess up.
I didn't cuss. I swear. All I said was Kurt Hurstreet wears Lance and Jasper pajamas, and he dreams of the day he'll have the knowledge I have for the Gators, and Paul got all pissed off about it. And then I said, damn the torpedoes, damn you, Paul Finebaum, and he hung up.
They keep the finger on the trigger with you, brother.
You damn right.
They got the finger on that button. That's your ass.
I know he does.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Watch Lance. Keep that finger on that trigger, Jack.
Yeah, I got banned a couple times.
It's been good talking to you, man. I love you, brother.
You too,
Yeah,
man.
I
You're the
love you
best.
too. I love you too, Jack. Thanks.
Hey, I love you all the way up till we play you. Then it's game on.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, I'll get you your next guest in a second. All right, thanks, Jack.
Y'all
Appreciate
fine,
it.
man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all be sweet. Oh, yeah, we rolling, man. Let's see what Rich does. He don't call here in a second. Well, I don't want to get in a good conversation with the coach and Rich go back. Let's see what happens right here. Let's give it a few minutes. But, yeah, man, we're just having fun tonight. Cause you can talk about this game if you want. I mean, again, you think about it from a position group standpoint. The Florida Gators, man, I mean, who you feel more comfortable with? Florida secondary or Georgia? There ain't no question about it. You go to linebackers, defensive line, offensive line, the running back position. I mean, you kidding me? Even quarterback. I mean, go check the stats. Even Mr. College Football said Franks is playing better than Fromm. And he's a Georgia guy. So all you Georgia fans on the show running you down mouth ain't got much to say. Do we have his number? He's talking about 10 times. I don't know if we have it or not.
I ain't got pen or paper, so.
But I don't know. Maybe he come over here and say. I got a few more guests. I'm gonna give you. I just want to see what Rich does for here for a minute.
Well, maybe they'll call back.
We gonna have fun or not?
I don't know.
He's talking about Jerome. I like Jerome a lot. But there ain't no doubt in my mind Florida's gonna win out. 5 stars and dolls. 5 stars and paper dolls. I mean, give me a break, Benny. You ain't getting no production out of them stars, man. That's the problem. Plenty of experience, no production. Just don't have. It just don't have. But yeah, man. All right. I can't wait no longer. We gotta keep the show moving. Where's Coach Adams at? You my man. I love this guy, man.
Hopefully he'll answer.
One of my favorite colleges. Mommy on a D club. A little late down there in Mississippi. A lot of respect for Scott. I'm sorry for the delays and stuff in there.
Lance.
My man, we got time tonight.
Shit, I got 50 on them Gators this weekend.
Oh, it's too low.
Well,
all that money you got, big money. You throwing 50?
man, I've been traveling a lot lately, man. I gotta save us. I don't know. I might go 100.
You damn right. Go 5 and I'll split it with you if you're wrong.
Florida offensive line and Georgia offensive line and D-line ain't good enough. And the people who don't follow college football don't really know that. Everybody thought Georgia had all these defensive linemen. Georgia D-line really weak. And that's going to be the difference in the game because y'all going to be able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And anybody who follow college football and follow recruiting know that.
Yeah, I mean, it would take turnovers in the red zone for Florida to lose this game.
Yeah, that's the way I feel.
Florida's just got to create a killer instinct. I mean, they had Kentucky down, couldn't finish. They had Mississippi State, couldn't pull away. LSU the same way. Flames has had a few interceptions here lately that are untimely moments. Luckily, we've been able to overcome it. So we got a few things we could clean up from there. But you're right, man. This defense elite, championship level. The offensive line, one of the best units in college football, man. They're improving for all the gripe they took. It's laughable to me. And who would have thought Georgia would be coming in this game with an identity crisis on offense?
Yeah, because really, the reason why last year Georgia was just so dangerous because they had 2 running backs. Who you just don't have on a normal team.
Man, let me call you right back, my friend. I apologize for this.
All right.
Live on the Lance and Jasper show. Who you got?
Lance.
Who you got?
Lance, I got the single greatest caller in Finebaum history.
Again?
I'm not that.
Oh, Oh.
Hey, let me tell you something. Buddy. Florida is going to beat them this weekend. I mean it. It's in my gut, and they are going to take them. So I'm going to go ahead and say congratulations for Saturday.
Hey, Phyllis, remember when you and Rich called the show the first time? And I told you about them Gators, and I know you believed in Mullen. Rich thought I was crazy. He kept talking about recruits and what I tell you about experience and production. And them Gators that showed up, damn Mullen's elite.
I tell you what you got to have, Lance, is what you had in the beginning when we called you first. You have got to have the faith in your team, and you have kept that faith, and you have fought it through with Paul and anybody else in the world that said anything about it, and you have stood by your team, and that's all that matters. So, hey, Florida, go out there and kick their butts.
Hey, Kelly. Kelly, can we tell them, since we're talking to Lance, can we tell the story about the one and only time you smoked pot with your brother?
We ran over somebody, and is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, tell the story.
He was over at the house, over at my apartment, and he and a bunch of friends was with him, and they were smoking pot, and I've never smoked it before. Yeah. And I was about 22, 23 years old, and one of Jesse's friends, my brother's friends, he handed me a joint. I said, I don't know. He said, no, just take a couple of, just hold it in and out. So I did it a few times, and I thought, dude, that stuff stinks. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, let's go for a ride, man. So we all out there got my brother's car, and my brother's friend drove. We're going down the middle of Tuscaloosa Avenue in the middle of West End, Birmingham, and all of a sudden I said, Baggett, because his name was John Baggett, he was driving. He said, what? I said, you just hit a man with his car. I said, he rode off over the hood, over the top of the car, and he's laying back in the road. I made him slam on his brakes. We were out there high on pot in the middle of that road, in the middle of the night, looking for a dead body.
Damn. That's crazy.
If you eat up ever again, Lance, that was her one and only time.
Hey.
I never smoked it again.
I'll say this.
I was so paranoid. Never smoked again.
I'll say this. I must have missed the good shit, because it ain't like that no more, Phyllis.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. But you know what? It didn't happen to anybody else. They had a fall. I was the only one scared to death.
Right. Yeah, to make you paranoid now. Been known to. But damn, man, I'm really glad you called, Phyllis. It means a lot, man. I'm glad to have you on here. A lot of people commenting about you calling.
You're so welcome. I'm glad to be on and glad to support you and get behind you. And I'm pulling for you, Lance.
I know you are.
We're all proud of Lance.
We're behind you. We're proud of you.
Yeah, it means a lot to me, man. I just can't wait to get there.
Please give your daughter a hug from me. I think of her all the time, and y'all stay in my prayers.
That means a lot to me.
So, he invented this term Mullinade, and I've been telling him. I even got Allison involved, and I tried to get him to trademark it and copyright it and try to make a little business out of it. Because everybody's talking, everybody uses that term now, and it was Lance that started it.
That's exactly right.
And somebody else is going to steal it. Somebody else is going to steal it and do what I ask them to do, and you wait and see,
Let me get a bunch of drinks and mix them up and come up with some kind of concoction, and we can call it Mullinade, and we'll put a label on it, Lance, and we'll get it, whatever you call, trademarked, and we'll sell it in your brand, Lance. A lot of people will buy it, especially in Florida.
Yeah. Now, they with the SEC East, he's promised to come over, and so we're gonna do that again. Why don't you tell them how much fun we had when Alabama's here? Tell them the story about when you were with the whole Florida team. Remember?
Oh my God! Me and my son, we were sitting out on the bench out there in the inside there, and
the Hall of Fame.
The whole Florida team walked in, the entire team, and Chris elbowed me. He said, "Mama, don't look now, but there's the entire Florida team." They walked right past us, and my mouth was hanging open. Well, they walked past us, walked up this hall, and then went into this room. A few minutes later, I wasn't feeling too good. I was sitting there, and I was real tired, and this this usher come over to me, and he said, "Ma'am, let me take you somewhere where you," and I told him that was my son, Chris, "where y'all can sit and be more comfortable. It's air conditioned. It's a lot cooler than it is in here." And I said, "Well, thank you." So he walked us up that same hall, opened up that same door, took us in there and sat us down, and we're sitting there, and people just start coming. You know, it was already a bunch of people in there, but it's dark. So we sat down, and just as we started, our eyes started getting to where we could see the entire Florida football team was sitting in there. That was their viewing room. And all of a sudden, the football game come up on their viewing came up on the screen in the room, and every one of them turned around and looked at me and Chris, because we're sitting there with great big old Alabama jerseys on. And Chris got up and backed up against the wall. He looked at one guy and he said, it was a Florida player. He said, "Sir, you can have my seat if you want to." And I said, "Chris, get over here and get your seat." And he said, "No, Mama, I don't want to piss anybody off."
That's funny as hell.
He said, "That man can have my seat."
I tell you, Lance, that's the thing about the SEC championship game, man. There's a whole lot to do. You know, it's fun. It is fun.
And that's another thing, Lance, as we was walking out the door, I didn't want none of them following us. I turned around and I said, "Good luck tomorrow, everybody."
There you go.
And Chris said, "Oh, you're going to get us killed." I said, "Well, you just run on ahead. I'll take them on, Chris."
Well, at least they scored first. I can say that about them.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, they were nice.
How much you gave Danny Cannell?
Oh, hell.
Oh, do what now? Yeah. We went to the
Hall of Fames.
Yeah, that place we ate, and I got that.
The varsity.
Yeah, the varsity, and I got one in Rich got me one in varsity hats. So I signed it, Phyllis and Olga, and walked up to Danny Cannell and said, "Here, here's the varsity hat from me." And I handed it to Danny Cannell, and that just shocked the pee out of him. He didn't know what to think. And I said, "You still gonna run your mouth about Alabama?" And he grinned and bent over and hugged my neck, and he said, "I don't mean anything. I mean the nicest person you'd ever want to meet."
Yeah, I see.
But he took that hat. He took that hat with him, didn't he, Rich?
Absolutely. I want to ask you all a serious question, and you should be honored by this and accept it, but you are two of the most well-known fans of fan bases. Phyllis, when we're in these public environments, how the people come up to you. Lance, you know how famous you are as a Florida fan. How does that make you feel? Lance, you first. How does that make you feel, Lance? Because I know there's some negative attachment to it as well.
To me, it means a lot that people are listening, because to me, I'm a little cocky about it, but I just feel like I'm speaking truth, and I feel like I can analyze the Florida Gator talent better than anybody in the country. But that's just my belief in myself. So to me, I hate the media, but because they got their own narrative, and to me, it ain't always false, and they flip flop every week.
Fans, I'm talking about. How does it make you feel when someone tweets you?
Well, it means a lot.
Hey, man,
it means a lot to me.
You know your stuff, And conversely, how does it feel when they attack you?
Well,
because that happens too, and it happens to Phyllis as well.
Well, the attack's all funny to me, man, because if they're talking about you, you're doing it right, and that's just how I look at it. So to me, it's funny. If they're talking about you, you're doing it right. That's just how I feel about it. But it can ruin my damn day.
To Florida. They took him to Florida this year, Phyllis. One of the radio stations, I believe.
They did.
They brought Lance to a game down in the swamp. Yeah, isn't that cool?
That is wonderful.
Yeah. Damn, Mullen signed my cup. Said, go drink some Mullenade. Drink some Mullenade. Go Gators. Damn Mullen. No
I tell you something, Rich. I have never considered myself famous. I feel so humbled that people even like me, because all I do is just give my opinion, and I can't help it, because I am I get so angry when my favorite team is bashed and wrongfully accused accused of things such as that Carbo did yesterday. And
What an asshole.
you know,
I couldn't even believe him. I mean, what an embarrassment.
that's right. But the fans that or the I call them friends. I don't call them fans. They're my friends, and I love every one of them, and they're good to me. They're respectful.
How does it make you feel, Phyllis, to be taken on the field in Tuscaloosa at Bryant-Denny Stadium, and you're sitting at midfield with Terry Champion from ESPN, and you're on national TV? How does that make you feel? I mean, it's got to be an enormous pride.
I told Carrie from ESPN, from the Sports Center, I told her, I said, I'm on cloud nine. I'm like I'm walking on air. And I tell you, when I was sitting in the chair waiting to go up there and sit where they were taping, I reached down and I pulled up a blade of grass, and I just felt it between my fingers, and all I could think of, this is where our team walks. This is where our team plays so hard and gives all their blood, sweat, and tears. And I had tears in my eyes. It touched me so deeply, I can't even express it in words. That was the most wonderful time of my life to be sitting in the middle.
That's awesome. That is so cool.
That's a high honor. That's a high honor for a fan.
Sports Center has the greatest bunch of people. They were so respectful and kind to me.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be awesome for you and Lance, for Lance to be taken to the swamp, for you to be taken to Bryant-Denny. I mean, you know.
To even be thought about, to even think about someone asking you of that importance, such as Sports Center, ESPN, of that type of importance, elite people, to even ask you, when you're just a simpleton, just a simple everyday person, to go somewhere with that type of environment, it just absolutely blows me. It takes my breath away.
How do you handle the criticism? Because you do get criticized.
I generally shoot back, but I'm a lot friendlier now than I used to be. Yeah, but I vent it back to them, and I'm gonna tell you something, Rich. Once I hang up that phone after I've jumped on them or come back at them on Paul's show, it's over. I'm not mad at them anymore. I don't hate them. I'm not mad at them. I got my opinion out. I told them the way I thought about what they had said, and then it was over with. I didn't hold grudge, and I don't. And I love everybody. I believe in love one another. That's what Jesus told us to do, and I believe in that from my heart.
What do y'all think of your individual dynamics with Paul? I mean, obviously, y'all have love-hate relationships. I mean, Lance, we'll start with you. I mean, how do you feel about your relationship with Paul?
Well, I respect our relationship, and I think me and Paul both know it's entertainment, and there's a certain kind of call that the people want to expect from me and Paul. Me and Paul can't talk like me and Phyllis can, because nobody wants to hear that. So again, he don't show me any respect, and he really don't have any respect for me as a caller. But as a person, I think he really does, and I think he respects my knowledge. But he can't give me any credit on the show, because it would. You understand what I'm saying? It wouldn't go with our conversations.
You're saying the dynamic of how your conversations roll.
Yeah, I mean, he's never going to give me any respect or act like I know anything. He's always going to treat me like a dummy and like a hothead, which I do come in hot and crazy. But the knowledge, man, you can't ignore. But he's never going to give me that credit just because of the kind of conversations we have. I think it would ruin the. I mean, it's entertainment, man. It would just. I don't know how to say it, but you see what I'm saying?
But you know he does respect you.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard them talk about the fact that you worked at the same job for 17 years, that you raised your child by yourself. Yeah. I mean, he respects you, Lance. I promise you.
Lance, let me tell you, I know him well away from that microphone. I've been with him in public. I've been with him in private in many different places. Of course, people were around, but I've spoke to him privately. And away from that microphone, you could not ask for a better friend, a more respectful person, or kinder gentleman than Paul Finebaum. I love him.
I agree.
He's my friend. And I'm going to tell you something. He's took shots at me. But you know what, Lance? When I hung the phone up, it made me angry. But then when I got thinking about it, Paul didn't mean them. That was just radio and TV.
Right.
That's all that was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't
When
take
it
it.
all comes down to the nitty-gritty, Paul is my friend, and he forever will be.
I don't take it personal. That's what I'm saying. It's just our relationship's more entertainment than what. If you just tune in for the first time and you hear us going at each other, you might not think we respect each other, but I think we do. We just, it's just for the. It's just our relationship on the show. It's just for entertainment. But he did tell me a couple of weeks ago when he did the show up in New York that I've been on the money this year, but he just can't say that every day. We got to go at it like I'm a dummy, you know. But I don't mind playing the part, man, because it's an honor to be a part of the show, no matter what part you play.
He don't think that you're dummy. I guarantee you. Look,
I guarantee you that.
Paul
Absolutely.
has got to walk a fine line because he can't be biased on that type of show he's on. He cannot. There's too many teams in this country, and he can't be biased. But when he does act like that, please, or say he calls you a dummy, he's called me one. But when he does, don't take it personal.
Oh, I don't.
I've asked him away from the microphone, hey, you called me a dummy last time I talked to you on the phone. I want to know if you meant it. Phyllis, you know I didn't mean that. That was just radio. And he would tell you the same thing, Lance.
Oh, anything he calls me, I deserve.
Lance, and when people take shots at Paul, what I say to him first and foremost is what supersedes all of it is if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be Phyllis's friend. I wouldn't be your friend. So I'm Larry's friend. I have a lot of gratitude just for that.
Amen. Amen. Well
that he's
said.
pulled us all together. He's pulled us all together. He's been the center. He's been the center unit that has allowed all of us to develop these relationships. And, and I'm incredibly grateful for that.
Well, me too. And Lance, you are in the Finebaum family. You are part of our family. And I'm telling you, he loves his family. And his family is his callers and his listeners. He respects them. He loves them. He cares about them. He cares about what happens to them. It's just that he has a show to do, and he's got to, get controversy going sometimes to get people to ring those telephones and get on there and give their opinions, and that's what it takes sometimes. But I think that Paul has a special place in his heart for you. I really do.
I wouldn't want it any other way, man. I love me and Paul's relationship, and if it were, like you said, Rich, if it wasn't for Paul, I definitely wouldn't be sitting right here doing a show.
That's right, and I'm so proud. I want to tell you, I'm very proud of you, Lance, and you have a special place in my heart, especially your little. I think of her often.
That means a lot, man. She's doing well.
I believe it's genuine too, because a lot of the other angle, Phyllis, and you would be the biggest example, is that people will criticize and say, well, there's a lot of exploitation going on because none of these people have ever been compensated. That has always been, bandied about. But that's that industry, the talk industry. It's free labor. I mean, it's no different than Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or anybody else on the dial. So I always reject that as well because I know he really does care about us. And I wouldn't admit,
I feel like I have been compensated for 23 years since I've been calling that show. You know why I feel like I've been compensated? Because I get to call that show and I get to vent and I get to speak my opinion and I get to get out what I have to say, be it good or bad. And Paul allows me to do that. And when I get off the phone, I feel better. And Paul has given me a forum. And that's something I never had before then because I had a husband that wouldn't speak back. And so I needed a sounding board or a punching bag, and so I found Paul.
Damn right, boys. I found Paul. It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny, man. My girlfriend, she might not like me saying this, but man, when that show first started coming on TV, was the hardest year of my life, man. Going through divorce, man, and I tell you, man, that show come on at 2:00 my time, and that's the same time I get off Central. And man, I used to hate going home every day at 2 because I know it was a lonely house. But when that show started coming on TV, man, it gave me a reason to want to go home, man. So in a lot of ways, man, Paul really gave me some light on a personal level that I've never told him about, because it just ain't something you talk about on TV, and I probably shouldn't have said it now, but I just want to tell you that for real. Paul really saved me in a lot of ways, man.
He would love to hear that. He would love to hear that, Lance. He would love to hear that.
Did he kind of bring you out of your shell? Because he did me.
Well,
I was just at home, speaking to no one. I was mostly alone.
Right.
And that Paul show gave me something to look forward to every day. And once I got hooked, I've been at it for 23 years, and just because I've been sick lately and not called as much, it's not because I haven't wanted to. Not at all.
So, what do you think the difference between when you hear the older people, I mean in age, the Birmingham-based people that would say the show is better than and Paul's ESPNized and all that kind of bullshit that you hear now? What do you say to that?
What I say to that is Paul has never been stronger. Paul has never been more popular. Paul has never been better than he is right now. ESPN, SEC, backing him up. That is a magnitude of wonderful, elite people, high, top-notch people, and Paul has got all the backup, and then he's the front man. Paul knows what he's doing. He's where he belongs, and even though I hated to see him leave Birmingham, Paul is at home, and that's where he's at right now. That's his home, and that's where he needs to stay.
And one thing about being ESPNized is he's gotten bigger, as you're saying. I mean, Johnny's a great kid. I mean, how nice has John been to us when we see him on site? I mean, Johnny's a great kid. And, we wouldn't know him if the show still was in Birmingham, right?
Exactly. We would have never met him, and I'm just so proud I did.
Yeah.
I'm so proud to know him. We would have never met him. So I've met people since he went there that I'm just tickled to death that I had a chance to meet.
What's the biggest difference? What's the biggest difference in the old show and this show? I mean, everybody talks about it. Is it just the language you're allowed to use? I mean, people make a big deal out of it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, my calls are pretty raw, and I ain't been banned unless I say the F word. So I don't understand the difference.
Well, Lance, look, everybody should get through with anything after Jim calls. Once Jim calls, it's open season. It should be open season, because that's the biggest nut that ever got the airways in the world. I mean, every day he proves just how much more stupid and how much more of a moron he is. Every day he calls the show, it takes up 35 minutes to talk about the morons that he knows, which it takes one to know one, and he don't know any, but he's one.
Yeah, I
think he's afraid of him. Wow. Do you think he's afraid of him?
Do I think what now?
That he's afraid of Jim, that he's never met him.
That Paul is?
Yeah.
I don't know. What can Jim do? I done told Paul I'll catch Jim between here and ESPN and whip his ass for him. What else can he do? I told Paul I'll take care of him for you. And I will, like I said, I'll beat him to death with my oxygen tank.
Oh, damn, Phyllis.
But what do you think the attraction is, other than he moves the needle? I mean, he really is controversial.
Well, he does make people call in, because they call in to talk about how stupid he is.
Right.
And as long as he's being stupid, people are going to want to call in and say, hey, Paul, you need to get rid of Jim, because that's the most stupid caller, the most idiot caller you've ever had in your show. Okay, if Jim didn't call in, those people wouldn't call in and say that. Well, there goes that many callers. You see what I'm saying? It's a dog.
Oh, absolutely. Lance, what do you think of Jim?
I mean, he used to talk a lot of trash about me, but now he tries to lie to me. He tweets at me and acts like he's my friend. So he texts me all the time, say you're one of us. And, so whatever that means, I don't know what he's talking about. But I will say this: I don't know my heart to get in on that show. It really, to me, it's just a bad look. But it ain't my show. I don't, like I say, if they're talking about you doing it right, every show needs somebody to hate. He's that guy.
That's true.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And he did say that, Phyllis. Jim did credit Lance for reviving the show recently. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
You heard that, right, Lance?
Yeah, man. They told me. He tweeted me and told me that I was one of him and Lance, and he put me in that
I'm very
group.
surprised because Jim don't usually have anything good to say to anybody.
That's right.
Well, he used to talk trash about me. He used to talk trash about me when I first came in. Said I was bad for ratings and people turn off the radio when I call. But that's when you know you're doing it right. When the old guys hate you, you know you're getting somewhere.
Well,
I don't hate you. Just glad you don't hate you.
You want to know when Jim and I fell out with each other, and I mean really fell out with each other?
Yeah, tell us about
just can't stomach each other. He was on Paul's show one day, and he was running me down, I-Man down, all the callers down. And I called in, and I jumped in. And I was chewing him up and spitting him out so quick, and I was on a roll. And then he hung up on me. So he gets scared and hangs up on me. Then he called Paul's show back after we hung up, and he says, I know she's got breast cancer and she's fighting breast cancer, and I've been praying for her. But what I want to say, Paul, is I want to take all the prayers I have prayed for Phyllis while she's had this breast cancer. I want to take them back.
Oh, that's crossing the line.
You believe he said that?
That's personal.
Even Paul jumped his butt over that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Paul did. He said, Jim, why would you say such a thing? He said, because I mean it. I knew then that Jim had evil in him.
Yeah.
He's evil incarnate.
He's an evil doer.
Anybody won't reveal their identity, man, I don't trust anyway. That's just crazy to me. I mean, I don't care. I mean, I'll throw my phone number out. I don't give a damn. I mean, what you going to do, really? I mean, you know, if they want to get you, they'll get you. Who cares?
Who's your favorite caller, Lance?
Man, my favorite caller when I first started calling the show was K-Dub.
He's good.
He's funny, man. He's just smooth. He talks in a way that's funny. I mean, he's knowledgeable, but he's funny about it. But
yes, he is.
But man,
I like him. I always have.
But man, I called that show for years just on regular number, man. It was hard to get in, and I cut in on basketball, but I was going to give up, man, because I used to call for 2 hours at a time trying to get in. I finally get in, but he just kept talking for new callers. If you just listen, there's a time to get in. And he just gave me hope that you could get in, and I just kept calling, and finally I broke through, and then Rich helped me out. But man, it's hell to get in on that show, man, and it's even harder to make a name.
I gave him the number, Phyllis, just like Larry gave Ed the number. Yeah, good. But anyway, who's the funniest, Lance?
Jerome's pretty good.
I think it's no question, Larry.
Larry's funny, but Jerome's pretty good. I mean, it just depends on the day.
Jerome's great.
It just depends on the day, really. Jerome and Larry both are funny as hell.
Larry just cracked me up so much. I love both of them.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, they both know their football, and they are hilarious. Just so funny.
Well, that's the thing, Phyllis. That's the thing.
You're a great caller yourself, Rich. So pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Rich always call in with some facts nobody knows about. I mean, Rich is a damn encyclopedia when it comes to college football. I mean, this man has got a clip. He's got a catalog, son.
Rich keeps me and Larry sane. Just put it that way.
I bet.
He keeps us in line.
I bet.
That's the thing that I tell people, that there's this perception that we're a bunch of cartoons, and the reality is we're the most knowledgeable audience in college football. There's no question, because he's the most knowledgeable host, and that's the most knowledgeable show. And when you Jimmy from Chicago, a lot of people will put him down on Twitter and stuff. Phyllis, this guy, God blessed him, not with a photographic memory, a total recall memory. Like when you talk to Jimmy as a guy that that follows it too, and we talk about the 74, out of the Iron Bowl or whatever, he really makes you focus because he remembers everything. And I feel that guys like Jimmy, Jerome's another one, if you ever talk to him off the air about football, he knows everything. He knows it. And so does Larry. And guess what? So does Rusty. People don't think that I'm in because he may have a different spin and a different, improvisational, like a musician.
There's nothing wrong with that man.
Yeah,
A man's a great caller.
Absolutely. He's a Hall of Famer caller.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is his knowledge on college football is really there as well, but people don't think that because it's St. Jerome.
Yeah,
they have the perception, and it's not the reality. The reality is these guys really do know. They really do. It's like Lance. Lance is a perfect example. There's nobody who knows Florida better than Lance. Nobody.
That's right.
None of the media guys, none of the guys. Hell, I'll tell you the truth. Paul don't know as much about Florida's roster as Lance does.
I appreciate
He doesn't.
That means a lot to me, man, because I swear to you, I study it hard, man. And for y'all to say that, coming from y'all, big honor for me. It means a lot to me, man.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Lance. I told my brothers. Now, my brothers, they're walking encyclopedias on Alabama. And I told my brother, Ricky, not long ago, before the season started, I said, Ricky, he said, who do you think is going to be the surprising team this year? I said, well, Alabama, of course. I said, but if you want the other team, it's going to be Florida. And Ricky said, oh, come on, Phyllis. I said, no. Florida is going to come out, and they're going to come out in all their glory this year. I said, watch. Hide and watch, Ricky. Ricky called me the other night, and he said, Phyllis, I'd be darned. He said, I would have never guessed it. He said, but Florida is on a roll. I said, I told you Florida was going to show everybody. I told you they were going to show up.
It's hard to win without a coach, Phyllis. You know it and I know it. And the talent was there because the same players are still there and they're still playing. I mean, a coach matters in college.
Exactly.
And the sentiment is swung, Lance, from at first when Kirby went to Athens, all the Alabama fans, we were all cheering for him. Okay? We were all, because again, he came from the system. It was one of our own. But then after the championship game last year and the behavior of the fans and the behavior of some of the information that came out about Kirby after he left, the pendulum has swung completely the other way. I mean, Alabama fans do not like UGA fans at all. I mean, look at Darryl. I mean, how the frick can he say that somebody wants to intentionally hurt Tua? I mean, that's insane. That's insane.
You know, I wanted to crawl through this telephone at him when he said that.
That's insane, Philly. That's insane.
It is insane.
Right. I mean, who thinks that way? But they're so...
They get together. They get together.
In other words, what I'm trying to tell you, Lance, is we're rooting for Florida now.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate it.
I promise you, Lance, I'm going to be pulling for him.
Florida's a better team. Florida's a better team, man. And this year alone, you would have to say Dan Mullen's done a better coaching job than Kirby Smart. I mean, a lot of people just want to give it a pass the way Georgia got beat by LSU, and the Gators are getting no credit for beating LSU. The Florida Gators should be the first one-loss team ranked in the nation right now. There's no way they should be 5 spots behind LSU, man.
Exactly.
It's a joke.
Exactly.
And that's why I have no respect for the media, man, because they can't evaluate it. And I'm going to tell you,
man. But no loss to Kentucky, right?
Loss of Kentucky.
But it turned out to be a heck of a team.
That's what I was fixing to say. Kentucky is a dynamite team.
Well, what's everybody... Let me ask you this. What's everybody talking about this week? Devin White. Well, we were without C.C. Jefferson and David Reese. Nobody's talking about that for us. If we have them two players... They don't run it down our throats if we got them two players, because there ain't nobody ran it down our throats since, and we ain't lost, and we look like a totally different team. This ain't the same team that played Kentucky, obviously.
Yep. Well, I tell you what, Tua better not get hurt, because I'm going to Georgia if he does. I'm going to get Darryl.
I mean, to me,
idiot, Matt from Gainesville. I mean, how about Matt?
Oh my God!
Is he the worst caller ever?
Yes.
The guy jumped on and he makes an absolute fool out of himself.
Yep.
I tried to like that guy. I tried to like that kid so hard in the beginning.
Me too.
Richie like everybody.
At the beginning, I thought, okay, he sounds okay. Then it just got worse and a little worse.
Well, the personal attacks on the people of Alabama. You know, I got my grandsons in Montgomery, my daughters in Montgomery. You know, and he's saying that, dude, everybody's trailer trash. You know, it's just like, really? Is this guy serious? I mean,
exactly.
What a fool. You know?
He's acting a fool. That's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's unfortunate because I really believe Matt and Darryl do not represent the majority of the UGA fan base.
No.
They're certainly the loudest.
Look, I've got some friends in Georgia that I tweet back and forth, and they're some of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh, yeah.
Same goes for all the other states too. You know, Texas A&M, Florida, and even Florida State. Can you believe it? Since those shrimp boats left, Shrimbo Fisher, since he left, Florida State people even write me and tell me they like me, and I tell them, hey, now that shrimp boat's gone, I like you too. I can't stand that corrupt ass.
Yeah, that whole famous Winston stuff was bad.
I tell you one thing, A&M is in for it. Jimbo's going to bring them down.
The problem I have with callers like Darryl, man, is they attack people personally, and then he says stuff like this. After Georgia beat South Carolina, he said they should be number one in the nation. Then when they lost to LSU, he said the only reason Georgia started the season 6-0 is because of the schedule. Now, how in the hell do you come up with that? That don't even make sense. I mean, that is flip-flopping. And then you want to jump on me and act like I don't know nothing about football? The kid needs smacked in the mouth, son. He shouldn't even be allowed to mention my name.
Yeah, I've heard Darryl say that.
How can you go from we should be number one to only reason we were 6-0 is because of the schedule? That don't even make sense.
Exactly.
I mean, that is going with the national narrative. Flip-flopping. That's what I call a Google fan. You read the headline, take it to the producer. That way you don't get yelled at. Man, at least I come in with my own material. Give me a damn break.
I have a theory about Darryl, Phyllis, and I know it's not going to be popular, but I think that he says stuff just to trigger people. I think that Darryl, I think he says stuff that he doesn't really believe.
Yeah.
But he's going to get a reaction.
He's a coward,
I agree with you to a point, but he gets to a point in his speech to where his voice goes from being very direct and putting it out there to being irate and wanting to bite your head off. And that's the way he was talking when he said something about Tua getting hurt. And if I could have thumbed to Georgia, I'd have done it. I'd have looked him up.
But Paul had the best answer to that is to just ignore him. Because that's not even worth
I just think it's crazy how
that's so insane. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
what all Darryl did was make himself look bad by saying what he did.
To me,
because even other schools are not going to like what he said about a young college football player.
If you're going to be the man,
what he misses in that is there's not a player on any school that would do that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he misses that, too. I mean, could you imagine a kid going at somebody's knee intentionally? No way.
Exactly.
No way.
Exactly.
No way.
No, there's no way.
No way. Not intentionally.
Here's my deal.
Do that.
Darryl's a coward because if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And I don't want to play Alabama with their second string. I want to beat them at full strength. I mean, if it's going to mean something, if you're going to earn it, I want to beat the man. I mean, I don't want to hear people. I mean, I don't want to win, and I don't want to wait to win a national championship when Nick Saban retires, because of course somebody else is going to win it when he retires. If you want to be the man, make it mean something. Damn it, I want to be Saban. Not saying we can, but if we don't win a national championship before he retires, then it's going to be watered down, and that goes for any team in the nation. And that's just bottom line to me.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it will be. I mean, really.
We need a good old...
I don't need no easy path. I don't need a bye week like Georgia got last week playing Auburn in the SEC championship. I ain't looking for a bye week. If you're going to be the man, beat the man. And when they played the man, they couldn't beat the man. And they talk about overtime. Alabama gave them a chip shot field goal they missed just to give them an extra chance, and they still couldn't do it in their home state. Kirby Smart is a damn choke artist.
Man, people forget he missed that field goal. Philly, if we ain't got field goal,
that was a chip. That was an extra point, basically, right down. I mean, they set that up in the middle of the damn field. 25 yards. Come on, man. They kicked that for money at halftime.
Yep.
Oh, thank God they got a chance. Can you imagine that kid if he would have been? Oh my God.
Oh gosh, I know. I know. And I said, oh,
Not for him. Yeah.
I said, oh, my God, I'm going to turn my head. And he said, well, what kind of fan are you? I said, okay, I'll watch it.
And he missed it, yeah. It's like our punter this year.
He missed it.
Can't watch punts either.
I know it. I know. We got to get a kicker.
All right, Lance, we got to run. What do you got this weekend? Where do you watch a game, Lance?
I watch it at my house in my living room, right beside my girlfriend. It's usually just me and her. So, me and my girlfriend watch it every time. Sometimes my dad comes over if he's up, but we always have a good time.
Lady Gator, can she hear us?
Oh, that's not my girlfriend. It's one of my fans off Twitter, and she lives in Florida, Tampa. But man, she's on Twitter at Lady Gator. She loves both of y'all, man. She want me to tell y'all how.
Well, tell her we love her too. But my question, Phyllis, is could you imagine watching a Florida game with Lance?
Oh my God!
Hey,
I tell you what. I love you, Lance, but me and you be in that floor rolling.
You better believe it. Hey, man, I was watching the game this year, and they fumbled. I was running after the damn ball trying to recover it. I done jumped out of my seat running after the ball. I don't know. I mean, I didn't get carried. I mean,
I will tell you a secret. When I was a kid, when I was around 12, 13 years old, I used to go out to Blessed Sacrament Field and play football, not tag. Play football, tackle football with my 5 brothers and the neighborhood boys.
That's great.
I was athletic. Awesome. I played softball. I played it all. And I mean, I was tough as nails. But
I guarantee
I was just athletic, real athletic.
I guarantee you.
How's it growing up in Tennessee, being such a big Florida fan? Everybody in town has to know you and Florida. Do you just rub it into them? Do they hate you?
Nobody.
What's the deal?
Nobody knows me around here, man. I don't have no local fan support at all. It's kind of crazy. I just work and come home. I'm not a social person. I don't go out and socialize.
Well,
I'm a homebody.
You fight for the team. You stand up for the team. You praise the team.
Yeah,
I think you should be respected for that and thought well of for that. I mean, look, I love Alabama, and I would never turn my back on them. And I just think that you deserve some kind of applause for hanging in there with your team like you do. Right. And being passionate and being faithful with your team and not ever looking down on them, win or lose. That's what counts.
Well, I mean,
because when my team loses, I'm still with them.
Oh, you gotta be.
I always will be.
You gotta be. And there ain't no need to throw a team and players under the bus, man, because you ain't in that locker room. You really don't know.
That's right. That's right. Well, Rich, I'm going to get off here.
Hold on, one fast question. Lance, can somebody listen to this live?
Yeah, there's people watching live.
On YouTube and pull it up after you post it.
Yeah, there's been people watching live. We've had up to 50 viewers at a time on here. Well, we hit 55, so I really appreciate y'all. That's my all-time record, so I got to give y'all a lot of credit for bringing the fans in.
So you got 55 people listening to us?
Yeah, man. So that was our highest peak. But yeah, you can download it. Go Gators. Go Gators.
Okay, Lance, for you. Go Gators.
All right, man. Y'all the best. People recognize greatness. Go Gators.
See you. All right, love you.
Bye, Lance. We love you.
Love you too, Phyllis.
See you. Love you, Philly. Bye.
Y'all the best. Oh, man, that was incredible, but... Yeah, man, I'm going to wrap it up here in a second. Let's give Val a quick shot. He's been cussing me for out.
Call Coach back.
I'll call Val quick. I better not call Coach. He probably in bed.
Okay.
Val been waiting a while. I'll give him one holler real quick. But we're just having fun, man. We got all week to break this game down. There ain't much to break down. I broke it all down Sunday. If you really want true breakdown, watch the first 30 minutes of the Lance and Josh Pro from Sunday. It's title. What was it done?
I'm getting mad over here about these Georgia fans. They pissing me off, man. I don't got time for this fuck, man.
Well, when you know how it is. If you can't fight, you talk about it.
They talking bullshit, man. They talking all this crazy shit, talking about we finna lose. And I said, y'all living off that last year's hype, man. Y'all, this is not McElwain that y'all are playing this year. Kirby Smart better drink some of that mother lady damn stuff, because that Kool-Aid shit don't watch all the way out. I don't know what he got going on. I said, we don't got no choke artist as a coach. We know he know how to game plan, he know how to scheme, he know how to play in big games. Y'all got a choke artist over there at Georgia. I don't know what the fuck they got going on, man. They been pissing me off the whole time on the comments. I'm like, man, y'all gonna call the show or y'all gonna just talk shit on the show? That's it. Call the show, man. Stop being scary. Call the man show.
They
don't
won't
want to
call
the show. They don't want to hear the real. They
won't call, man. Anybody gonna
They
say?
don't want to hear the real.
Anybody-
Master was clean. I see you clean. You clean again. I like that jacket you got on. You so clean. That's
up,
good, you know. You be clean with the Gator gear. You said your friend gave you all that Gator gear. You said one of your friends.
Yeah, one of my fans, man. Gator made one of my buddies lives local, man. He heard my calls to the radio on the tailgate, WRUF, and came by my work, man. Got me. I'm talking over $1,000 worth of gear, man. I
Right,
got
you got so many different clothes. I'm like, damn, he got jackets I ain't even seen before. I said, I ain't never seen jackets he got on.
I guess he was going for the Jordan stuff and gave me all his old Nike stuff, but I appreciate it. As long as it's got the Gator on it, I really don't care about the other side. Just give me the Gator.
Jordan is Nike, though. They Nike. Jordans are Nike, because a bunch of my Jordans got Nike checks on them. They're made by Nike, so it don't really matter. But I just want to call you because I know you got a busy show tonight.
I'm glad you called, man.
Where the fuck do they match up with us at, man? Where?
Well,
I've been looking all week. I don't know where they match up with that.
They really don't, man. If they don't go Justin Fields with tempo starting the game, they ain't got a chance of beating us.
I don't even give and they can play them. They can play him, but he ain't ready. He's too young.
I ain't saying he's. Hold on a minute. I ain't saying he's going to beat us. I'm just saying it's their only chance. I mean, if you're gonna beat the Gators, you better neutralize their damn pass rush. And Georgia can't do it. Their offensive line is terrible. They can't block us. They can't outman us on the outside. The damn corners are locked down. The pick six click is on alert. I mean, the defensive line is pushing the pocket around. I mean, every time you drop back the pass, your damn offensive lineman's sitting in your lap, even if they ain't getting to you. So I got to tell you, man, Georgia has no chance of winning this game, but starting Justin Fields, going up tempo, and hope they can run the damn ball. That's their only shot. But guess what? They ain't smart enough to do it. So don't worry about it.
No, they're talking about, oh, did y'all see how LSU ran down your throats? I said, yeah, they did. But
well, they really don't make a damn about Georgia LSU because the way they played against LSU, I can guarantee you they're not going to play that way against the Florida Gators. Not meaning we can't beat them.
Hell no. Like I said, the Georgia fans were just saying, oh, that's why LSU ran all over you. I said, that's all right, because guess what? LSU got a motherfucking L. And guess the top to get a motherfucking L. They're like him, so it don't matter what they did. I said, yeah, y'all, we not going to give up they're supposed to play against y'all because we want to win. I said, and they talking about our secondary young. Yeah, they young, but they talented. You see what LSU happen when they do that shit, bitch. I said, y'all gonna try to do some little problems to come out here and play this A game. I want y'all to play good. I want everybody to come play. I want Georgia to play hard. I don't want no help, man. I don't want them to say, oh, y'all beat us.
No excuses. No excuses in Jacksonville, man. How we doing, my friend?
Lance.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you getting Phyllis on the show, man. That meant a lot to me, bro. What's up?
Hey, now I got another special guest for you, all the way from the West Coast. Say hi to Rick.
Oh, where you been?
Well, my buddy, how have you been? I've been disappeared, but I'm out of the woods again. How have you been?
Oh, man, I've been thinking about you, man. I really have. Man, I'm doing great, man. Damn, you're one of my favorites.
Lance, I've been thinking of you, watching every week, watching those Gators really doing the job. Congratulations so far.
Hey, what do you all...
Let me tell you what he's doing, man. He's got his own show now. You are now live on YouTube, Rick.
Well,
this is the Lance and Jasper show. How cool is that?
That is very cool, and I'd like just to say hello, Jasper. I'm Rick from Reno, Nevada. But I'd just like to say to the folks that are listening that I'm a big, big fan and friend of Lance. And I'm really happy you guys have got your show, and I hope it's going good. And I'll just say this. I have not met a bigger Gator fan than Lance himself.
That means a lot. That means a lot, man. And you always gave me credit for the Will Greer thing. And how's he doing?
You hit that on the head. It's hard to believe. It seems like he's been in college for 7 years, but
must be the beard.
You did hit that right. And Lance, I was wrong about McElvain, but may I say it again? When I put the kiss of death on you or the black cloud, I think I love the Dan Mullen hire, and I think you're in great hands.
I would agree with you 100%, man. We call it Molinade, man. With the experience and production they had returning, to me it was a no-brainer. The talent was there, man. You just need a head coach. And Dan Mullen can scheme it with the best of them, man. You say what you want. He can't beat Alabama, but he's played them close.
Well, I will just say this, Lance. Are you guys getting ready for the well, it is still the meat, the cocktail party?
Whatever you want it to be. I'm ready for it. I just don't think they can block us, man. Their offensive line's the weakness of their team. And I think our defensive line's eating. I mean, 7 sacks in the last 5 games for one of our players. They got 9 sacks on the season. That's insane.
Well, as you know, buddy, I'm rooting for you. But as far as Alabama's concerned, they're in another orbit. I've been following football since 1965, seen a lot of great teams in my time, but I've never seen through 7 games a team putting teams out in the first quarter. And Tua, without a doubt, is by far the best quarterback that Nick has had, without a doubt. But you guys are doing great, and I want to thank you for having me on your show. Jasper, you take care, good luck, and hey, go get those dogs, okay?
Hey, Rick, being the historian that you are, you're talking about real quick some of your old favorite Florida players through the years. I mean, obviously, when I started watching Florida, I go back to John Reeves and Carlos Alvarez.
Carlos Alvarez, right. I followed Steve Spurrier through the paper because on L.A. we didn't get Florida games, but I followed him through the paper and, of course, ABC 4 o'clock wrap-up. Yes, you're right, John Reeves, Carlos Alvarez, of course, Wilker Marshall, and I could go on.
Who was your favorite Florida player that you think was the best Florida player you ever saw?
Oh, my God, I can't say. I really love Wilker Marshall.
Wilker Marshall was a killer.
Yeah. I was a big Wilker Marshall fan, and that team, which eventually got in a little trouble, but that was a loaded team.
Debo.
But you know what? Even though I didn't see him play in college, Manowar, I'm still an old ball coach. I love Spurrier.
Well, Lance, who is considered the greatest Florida football player ever? Go offense and defense.
Tebow.
It's too easy, man. It's Tim Tebow, and if you go defense, a lot of people talk about Wilbur Marshall, I believe.
Yeah, without a doubt. Tebow, Mr. Florida, and Wilbur. Wilbur's my favorite. I just love the way he played, and it's just. Let me
ask you this, Rick. Because you like you said, you're a Spurrier guy, and that's what frustrates me about Florida. Everybody says Florida's offense is struggling. It's never going to look like it did under Spurrier. You're never going to get another Tim Tebow. So the expectation is so high, you're always going to say it is struggling if it's not at that level.
Well, you know, Lance, Steve Spurrier proved to me when he was rotating guys like Doug Johnson and Jesse Palmer and all that. Steve Spurrier, to me, when it came to college was one of those magical offensive minds, without a doubt. And look at this year. Well, I think you guys did a good job. And all due respect, I didn't think Felipe Franks would turn out to be really doing what he's doing. But you guys are doing a heck of a job. And I'm happy for you guys. I really am.
But Spurrier, to me, Rick, was more scheme back then.
Yeah,
he was. He had I hate the cliche schematic advantage, but he really did. He was an invader. Shoot, man! Remember the Tampa Bay Bandits in the USFL? They were insane. I mean, Duke. That's when he was really at his pinnacle, in my opinion. But
and by the way,
it was just a different scheme than say Mullen and Meyer and than some of the others.
It was scheme without a doubt, but I will just say this, fellas. I know it was just a quick stint, but being a 49er fan, I do remember him behind John Brody.
Yep.
And then eventually, if I'm not mistaken, he ended up with McKay at Tampa Bay, I believe.
Yep, that's correct.
But no, I was always a big fan of his. I loved his football. To me, he brought. I like Charlie Pell, but he got him in trouble with the NCAA. But I tell you this, Steve Spurrier brought him back when they were at a low, without a doubt.
Right. Lance, did they ever bring the white hats back, the white helmets?
They're wearing them this weekend.
Yes.
They're going to wear them this
they
weekend.
are?
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Not with the
Like,
L's.
don't you remember the white helmets, weren't they?
Yes, I do.
They did
Yes,
wear.
I do.
They did wear them when Tebow was there. The classic, the ones like Spurrier wore. They did wear those, the white helmet. But this one's got the Gators on the side. But it is white. Not a fan. Not a fan of the white.
So, Lance, who are some more of the defensive players? Who's the cornerback I'm thinking about? Pretty recent, too. Not Hayden, but they're in Florida. I mean, you look in the NFL, there's 50 kids every year.
You talking about Janoris? I think who was better than Joe Jaden was Janoris Jenkins.
Janoris, but he didn't finish at Florida, right?
No, Will Mustang kicked him off
He's
the
a
team.
kid that got arrested. He got in trouble.
Well, he smoked weed. That's all he did. I mean, I'm sure he got arrested a couple times, but hell.
He's like transferred to like North Alabama or something crazy like that, right?
You probably
Who
right.
am I thinking of, Lance? They got so many kids.
Vernon Hargraves, because he was overrated. Jalen Tabor. Jalen Tabor.
By the way, that's who I couldn't remember, Man of War and Lance's Coach Graves. I remember his team.
Some of the better corners all time, man. I mean, Lito Shepard. I mean, Keywan Ratliff.
Hey, Lance, I got another question. This out of the blue.
You can throw out a shout out to Ahmad Black.
You know, Charlie Pill had a loaded team there for a couple of years. Was running back named? Didn't they have a running back before Emmitt Smith named Anderson?
Man, that was the 80s, man. I wasn't born until 1980, so I'm not a historian on Florida. So if I didn't see it, I couldn't tell you about it.
I'm sorry I dated you.
Is it Willie? No, I don't remember him either, Rick.
I thought he had a stint with the Bears afterwards. I know.
Neil Anderson.
Anyway,
Neil Anderson.
Neil Anderson. Yeah, Neil Anderson. Thank you, buddy.
There you go, man. There's a little bit of knowledge for you. You didn't know I knew that, did you,
There
Rick?
you go.
Pour that out of the hat, son.
Hey, you know, I like that. You know, I saw them come to the call. I like that.
Number 35. Hey, he was number 35 for the Bears.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, I remember collecting his cards. And I used to collect. I was a big NFL fan before I was calling. I used to collect their cards, but I never paid attention to the college they went to on the back of the card for some damn reason.
Was he on the Bears with Wilbur Marshall?
Yes. Yes. As a matter
He
of
was there
fact,
in the 80s.
I think he. Yeah. Yeah.
Because he shared.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, didn't he back up Peyton?
I'm not sure about that, but I know he was there. I used to collect his football cards. Number 35.
Yeah, I
no
believe he was there at the same time as Wilbur Marshall. Well, I tell you, Wilbur Marshall could cover grab. I just loved his play.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's another linebacker I remember that hung around the NFL forever was the kid from Auburn, Spikes.
Yeah, Taquillo.
Spikes. Remember him?
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who are we missing on these all-time Florida lists?
I mean, there's a lot of all-time Florida greats. I mean, what about Jack Youngblood if you want to go old school? What about Brandon Spikes recently? He was a great linebacker. I mean, you could go on and on. Shannon Crowder was a great linebacker.
Let me tell you about Jack Youngblood. He had a great career with the Rams. I got lucky. He was traded to the Niners, and he played in that Super Bowl with a broken leg. He was all guts. All guts. Without a doubt.
I don't know.
I forgot about Youngblood. He was great.
Sure was.
He couldn't play nowadays, though.
I see what you mean.
I mean, he probably weighed, what, 230?
In his rib.
Yeah, it's not even.
Well, you know,
To him nowadays, well, I guess the training and stuff, I guess he'd adjust.
you know what, too? Quickness means a lot. You know,
solid.
You know, the pursuing. That to me is still important. Can you pursue? Can you go side to side? Quickness. You can be a little smallish, but as long as
What number was he on the Rams? 95?
All that I couldn't tell you. I'm bad with numbers.
Blame it on him.
I'm bad with numbers.
Who else am I missing, Rick? Like historic Florida players.
Well, what's his name?
It's already a.
Oh God! They had some good receivers there, Rich. Doggone it, especially under Spurrier.
We'll go after this.
Doggone it.
Whatever you get.
The kid Callaway's lighting it up now, Lance. He's playing really well.
Yeah, good for him.
Callaway wasn't that away. Lance and I used to joke about that, Rich.
About Callaway.
Yeah.
Where's he on? Is he on Cleveland now?
I believe he is. I saw him over the weekend. I think he is with the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, more
I ain't got
positive.
no, I ain't got no respect for a player like Antonio Callaway. I don't give a damn how good he is in the NFL.
What did he do? Did he quit on Florida?
He got in trouble.
I mean, he got suspended. I mean, he pretty much killed our whole damn offense, him and Jordan Scarlett. I mean, that was pretty selfish to me. I mean, if you ain't going to play in college, I don't give a damn what you do in the NFL. I like the Gators.
Right.
But you know, you think about it, fellas. Under Spurrier, I want to go back to him again with Florida. Except for the Heisman Trophy winner, he didn't have what you call top-notch quarterbacks.
Hell no. It hurt him, too.
You know, come on, I'm sorry, Jesse Palmer's a good analyst,
Oh,
but
he
he was
sucked.
not that high.
He sucked. Doug Johnson was average at best.
Shane Matthews.
Yeah, Shane Matthews. I mean,
The best one was Warfel, I think.
Warfel. Danny, yeah, because he won the Heisman. And
He might be the greatest all time.
And he got the championship. Danny was good.
He might be better than Tebow. 4 straight SEC championships. He's got a better resume.
Sure. Without doubt. Well,
Did he ever make it in the NFL, Rick? Did Danny Warfel ever make it?
Hell no.
He
Hell
might have
no.
got on a roster, but as far as a starter, you know.
He went to the Saints, couldn't do nothing. Then Spurrier got him at the Redskins when he was there, and he couldn't do nothing. So
Yeah.
he ain't got that arm, man. He's just a great college player, man.
Yeah, he was.
Wasn't he a really good kid, too? Isn't he a really
man.
nice guy?
He's
Isn't
one
he
of the
a really
best.
nice guy? He does a lot of charity work and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's another
cool.
I liked about him. He was humble. He was he was a good guy. Bottom line, good guy.
Everybody roots for good guys, Lance.
That's true.
Got to.
Hey, Phyllis, I just this is for you, man. Real quick. I got to sneak in an Alabama deal here, Lance. So bear with you. It's really those Tua at this point. Is Tua about one of the best you've seen?
I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, through 7 games, yeah, but I'm reserving. Yeah, through 7 games, he's one of the best I've ever seen. Yeah, no.
Boy, he could put a pass on the dime. You know, hey, by the way, you guys don't
Everybody knew who he was, though, Rick, coming out of Hawaii. I mean, Trent Dilfer, when he was in that elite 11 quarterback Nike thing, they say he was the best quarterback they ever saw. Lane Kiffin said that, so it's not like this is a surprise. I mean, he did come with a lot of hype around him.
Oh, by the way,
others better, if you can believe that.
I mean, he's
that's
probably,
what hurt.
he's probably got the best. He's probably got the best arm.
After high school in Honolulu or whatever.
We went to the same one where Mariota. As a matter of fact, one of the Alabama people had called up Paul's show and said they think that Tua will be better than Mariota. Which I go, what? What?
He's already
following the West Coast.
He's already better than Mariota. Mariota couldn't even win a championship.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I watched Oregon, all the coast teams here, and Mariota to me was good, very good, very good. But Tua already showed me. But anyway, hey, Rich, real quick, buddy, thank you for your thoughts. I hope they don't come off snippy. I was when I took your message, fellas. I may have been born and raised in Los Angeles, but I am not a Dodger fan. Believe me, I am not a Dodger.
Oh, really? I thought you were.
No, you know what? Outside of UCLA and the Kings, I pull for all the northern teams. Giants, Niners, Warriors, you name it. I always went the opposite way. Always went the opposite way.
Lance, were you a Braves fan growing up?
Oh, this is
Who, me?
something you've gone before.
Braves.
You talking to me? Was I what fan growing up?
Were you a Braves fan?
I mean, they were a hot team around here. Everybody called it Hot Atlanta. But I'm not a baseball fan at all.
That's a fucking World Series, Lance.
I don't care.
You know what? You know what's amazing, Rick?
I won't turn it on.
Series don't mean shit to these young kids, man. It's amazing. It used to be a big deal for us. I mean, but for the kids, they don't even care. It's too boring, you know?
It ain't even that.
outdate myself, big guy. I remember taking a transistor radio to school when they used to play day games in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Sneak it in and excuse myself to the restroom to get an updated score or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, remember Big Rich? Hey, 2 more weeks, Breeders' Cup. Well, look, guys, I appreciate you putting on the show. Let's do it again, okay?
Yeah,
All right,
man.
Rick. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Hey, Lance, Jasper, good luck. I'm glad you got a show. Continue it, and go get them dogs.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. See you, buddy.
All right, man. Y'all be good. I'm wrapping up. All right, man. We're going to hold on. Call that number back real quick. We'll get out of here. We know that one? Ain't program.
I don't know. I don't know if it's one you've called before and they kept the number or what. I don't know anybody in Colorado.
You hear me?
Yeah, man. You live.
Hey, man, I want to ask you, said Jacob Coleman's going to be back this week?
He's been healthy. I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to get on the field with the depth we got.
Man, it would be good if we could get Jacob Coleman.
We can beat him without him.
That's true, too.
So what you got? What's your biggest concern about this game?
My biggest concern, I would say the wide receivers, because I think because Miko Hardman, he clean. But we gonna clutch it though. I already know we gonna win though. I don't even really got much to say. Like, that's why I be quiet. But like, I don't know how to explain. I just know we gonna win though. We just gonna talk after the game. I don't know. That's just my emotions. That's just how I feel. So we gonna talk after the game because I have more emotion.
All right, well, call me up after the game, man. We'll be live, man. Go Gators.
All right.
I'm gonna wrap up, man. It's been a long show, man. Go Gators.